I've never slept with no 22 women in one day. Don't even want to do it. Don't even think I could do it. I wouldn't even attempt to do it.
Okay, baby.
Yo, what up? Yo, we back with another
facts.
video. It's Respect My Last Name. You know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe button, the notification, hit all them things. But yo, y'all ever heard of this lady called Bonnie Blue? Me neither until just now. Let's take a look.
Here's the real reason why Bonnie Blue had to break the record of sleeping with 1,050 men in 12 hours. Bonnie Blue, a controversial figure in the entertainment world, became globally known after breaking the record of sleeping with 1,050 men in just 12 hours. However, behind this decision was a tough story. Bonnie was in serious debt to loan sharks who had been threatening her with violence due to unpaid installments. On the verge of collapse, she didn't know how to get out of this situation. Desperate, she began considering extreme measures. Organizers offered her a challenge with a big reward, but under one condition: to break the record of sleeping with 1,050 men. Bonnie agreed, knowing that this was her only chance. She was then offered an unusual option: break the record and earn 1.2 million euros. Bonnie decided to accept the challenge as it was her last chance. The whole day was filled with adrenaline, tension, and pressure, but Bonnie succeeded in reaching her goal. The reward allowed her to pay off her debts and take control of her life again. While some criticized her, others praised her for overcoming her problems. Her story has now become one of the most controversial in the media, with many seeing her as a hero or anti-hero, depending on the perspective.
All right, let's talk about some of the words that he used. He used words like organizer. In our culture, it's called a pimp. Talking about she was desperate. Well, when we do desperate things, we go to jail. I don't know if you can sell sex. Isn't that a crime? Let me know. And it's so... sleeping with 1,050 men is absolutely disgusting and insane. I don't care if you use protection, but let a black person do it, it's a problem. Let a white woman do it and she gets praise. I really like to know what y'all think about this so far, but we got more videos. Make sure you drop them in the comments. Let's keep going.
What's the maximum amount of people you've bonked in one day?
22. That was at spring break.
Wow. Okay.
That was a sore night, to be honest.
So that's
Yeah.
exhausting. So can you talk us
Yeah.
through that? Like, what happened? How was that set up?
Yeah, so I basically shared my hotel room online.
Yeah.
So I was like, look, this is the room I'm staying in. Like, just come and queue up. And I'll see as many of you as possible, like, whilst I'm here. Because when I went to spring break, loads of guys was like, oh, I've messaged you to film with you, and I couldn't get through, like, all of the messages. Like,
yeah.
And I've said before, like, I've only got so many holes and so much time. Like, I physically could not film with everyone I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
So on the last night, I was like, right, I'll just let them queue up. I'll just go one after the other.
Yeah.
And that's basically what I did.
And so how long from start to finish did that all take?
So I think I put the post at about 6 p.m. their time, and like we finished, it must be like 4 or 5 a.m.
What? That's insane.
And it was so funny because like during the videos you hear people knocking on the door, like you hear like other groups of lads outside
Waiting?
Yeah.
Was there like a queue outside the hotel?
Yeah.
This absolutely is disgusting. Disgusting. 22. Slept with 22 men. And talking about I just had them queued up in the hallway. What world are we living in? Now, don't get me wrong. She's not an unattractive woman. She's pretty attractive for a white woman. But if you look at her and you look at someone in your local neighborhood to do the same thing, she can never recover from that. And these other women who were interviewing are talking about, oh, so exhausting. Like 22 is a lot for them, but they probably did 10. And it's so random. It's like an easy conversation, so randomly, like, oh yeah, like, what's the most you ever slept with in one day? Now, I could be wrong. I've never slept with no 22 women in one day. Don't even want to do it. Don't even think I could do it. I wouldn't even attempt to do it. This shit is absolutely disgusting. Definitely want to hear your comments. Drop them. Let's go to the next video.
I left my boyfriend and I've been traveling for 10 days and I've slept with 22 people in that 10 days. My goal was 20 and I just hit 22 this morning. I need to check out because I'm going home. I really doubt I'm going to get another one on the board, either on the plane or like on my layover. So I think 22 is where we're going to cap it out. But how did I go?
This is the reason so many men are staying single today. We're looking for that 80s, 90s type of love in a generation that is only focused on hookups and one-night stands. stay focused on yourself, and be the older brother you always wish you had.
Yo, so if you catch Shorty in the Delta Lounge, you could be number 23. She definitely look like she fly Delta. She don't do the Southwest. So go ahead and get your Delta Sky Miles up, because whole bag over here trying to look for number 23. You could be the lucky guy. You probably fall for it too. You look like the sucker that'll fall for it.
When you leave a person alone, you find out everything they were doing wrong to you. You find out who all they slept with. The truth gonna come out. You know, cause everybody try to protect you while you was with them. They ain't want you to crash out while you with them. But telling you when you break up with them is the worst thing, because now you gotta sit back and look at the people that they talk to. You know, it could be your friends, your family members, co-worker, all these folks they been sleeping with right up under your nose, and you never knew it. These folks smiling in your face, been in your house, hey girl, hey brother, the whole time. They been up in the bed with your man or woman, man. You can't trust people like that, man. I just don't, man. Cause, man, it hurt you so hard to sit back and think about all the stuff they did, and you end up with nothing and end up looking stupid the whole time. But if you had to find out why you were with them, ain't no telling what you would have did to them. The truth hurt.
Look, I ain't gonna hold y'all. It happened to me. My man kept it from me because he thought I was gonna crash out too. And then once you told him you knew something, he was like, oh yeah, that's why. Like, my man's was like, yo, come on, let's go out, let's go party. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. But he's like, nah, you good out here. And I didn't know what it meant. But he didn't tell me. And you know, but I found out my own way. So let's just say we ain't together. Hoes do whole shit. It is what it is.
Because I always say a woman sleeping around, it hurts herself more than anyone else, because it impacts her ability to pair bond. So women have a hard time staying when they've slept with too many people, statistically. Yeah, because women that have slept with more than 5 men, their chance of a happy marriage drops from at 80% after 10 years, they're going to be in a happy marriage, to 30% after 5 partners after 10 years.
Damn, we found a magic number. The number is 5. If your significant other got more than 5 bodies under her belt, or is it just the men's belt too? Well, it's probably the woman, because she said the woman. If your girl got more than 5 bodies under her belt, there's a good chance you shouldn't marry her. That's what she's saying. Y'all agree or disagree? I kind of agree. But how many women got under 5 bodies nowadays? I don't know, ladies. How many bodies you got? Go ahead, drop in the comments. +10. We taking wagers right here. So sports betting on your vagina.
One of them. Imagine being told to pay child support for a kid that is not yours or go to jail. That was the order the state handed down to a Detroit man.
So today he turned himself in, but here's what happened when 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell went with him to court.
Carnell Alexander walked into the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice knowing in moments he could lose his freedom.
I stayed up all night, couldn't sleep, thinking about it.
Carnell is a wanted man because he refuses to do what the state orders and to pay child support for a child that DNA tests prove isn't his. A child he doesn't even know.
I haven't even had a chance to really speak to him, except for one time when we took the DNA test.
Nonetheless, right now, under the law, he's a deadbeat dad. Today, he turned himself in to the judge as ordered.
Scared because I've been before this judge before.
But this time he had attorney Cherika Harris, who volunteered to help after seeing his story on 7 Action News. The judge said he will not go to jail for today.
Thank you. Thank Ms. Harris. And hope that we can resolve this soon.
I'm just trying to help him with his future.
Though the threat of jail is on hold, it is not over. Carnell Alexander still owes more than $30,000 to the state for a child that's not his, because the mom wrote his name down because she needed to name someone in order to get welfare benefits.
I had to put him down as the father. That was the only way I can get assistance.
Now,
I'm almost homeless. I'm almost in jail. I'm out of work. My money is being threatened to be taken.
Carnell isn't just worried about how this is impacting him. He says the law needs to be changed, so when this happens, as it often does, other men don't become dad by default.
We can be defaulted into being a father of a child that is not ours. I don't understand that law, but it is a law in place.
In Detroit, Kim Russell, 7 Action News.
Yeah, you would think that mother would have to pay that money back instead of him, who's not the father's child.
Listen, I said send that scallywag to jail. They sending people to jail for the PPP loans and all that. She's talking about I had to name somebody. Put down Jesus. Mary did. Put Jesus down. One of the disciples. Hell, Cain. I don't give a damn. Just not Rodney. Rodney ain't did nothing to you. He might have slept with you one time. But don't put Rodney. Rodney got enough problems on his hands. The war in Detroit is bad. Now he dealing with child support for a kid that's not his. Yo, Detroit, y'all gotta do better. Yo, until next time, y'all keep watching.
Time I got cheated on, I had an inkling, I had a feeling, and I would ask her and she would deny it. She would even cry and swear to God that she didn't do anything, but I just knew. When you know, you know. When your gut is telling you something, it's true. It's true.